Ronnie Coleman and Paul Dillett. One of these guys had the potential to be the greatest of all time. The other one is the greatest of all time. Do you know which one's which? Ronnie Coleman, of course, he is the king, guys. 8-time Mr. Olympia champion. Paul Dillett, back in the 90s, if you looked at this guy in 1994, he had more potential than anybody. Anybody. And if he had have stuck with it, like, say, a Ronnie King Coleman, probably would have been a 10-time Mr. Olympia champion. In some ways, he is genetically superior to Ronnie King Coleman, but the way these guys age, other muscles that we can't see, back, things of that nature, they all have to do with genetics as well. So obviously, at the end of the day, Ronnie King Coleman, I mean, he's the king, right? Let's go through these shots. This is a fan request from you guys, of course, part of your You Pick Tuesday lineup. We're going to have a look at a couple of different versions here in 1998. And Ronnie Coleman, he's huge. Look at the size of the wheels. Legs on Paul Dillett, I mean, I thought they were big for his time. But in this comparison here, they kind of look a little bit undersized. Here's 1999 for Ronnie King Coleman. And it is maybe even more devastation for poor Paul. It is what it is, guys. Paul Dillett, hey, he's great. He has a huge following. But Ronnie King Coleman, it's next level stuff. And here is a different version of Paul. He's tall. He's very tall as Paul. This is 1997. He's holding his legs a little bit straighter here. Physique-wise, I kind of prefer the other version, but his wheels might be a little bit bigger here. Could Paul Dillett take out the 2002 Ronnie King Coleman? Was he even a king there? I don't know. Still probably getting Paul. Paul is huge, guys. And mass versus mass, sheer size of 2003. The only thing Paul has here is some size in the arms, of course. His arms are huge. But like I said, the wheels of King Coleman, I mean, it's a different game altogether. And food for thought. Here's Paul in his supposed prime, 94. And for his time, he had some big, huge wheels. It's just, like I said, a different animal altogether. Look at Ronnie Coleman's quads. Unbelievable. Go through these shots here. Somebody was tinkering with these shots here. Paul Dillett looks very symmetrical. Sing. Is he still doing enough to defeat Ronnie Coleman? I don't know. I think Coleman might still be doing enough to defeat the guy that's cheating to defeat him. I'm sure he's defeated bodybuilders that cheated before. Here's 2003. Look at the size of these two dudes. Of course, guys, I'm just joking around. This is not Paul. He's not very symmetrical in the front lat spread. And it does make a difference, guys. If he had been the edited version, he's probably still losing against Coleman due to, look at the muscle tissue. The condition of Ronnie Coleman. This is 94 versus 2003. There is a big difference. Unless you're talking about Yates, and even Yates from the front. I mean, it's yeah, buddy. Lightweight. It's a knockout. Turn to the side here. We have a photo shoot of Paul. Photo shoot. Interesting. Lower half, Paul looks pretty darn good. He's got some quads. Definitely. He's no Coleman. Coleman, he's not as displayed as good. Upper body he is. His upper body looks huge here in 99, I believe. Look at the fire pack as well on Coleman. Massive. 2003. Now the biggest difference between 99 and 2003 was the wheels, I think. The wheel size. I mean, he got that weight from somewhere. It was his wheels. I mean, he was only, 260? 260 in 99? Maybe 265? And what was he in 2003? Somebody let me know in the comment section below. That's how you blow up your comment section. Here's a final nice little pose down in 98 for Ronnie King Coleman and 94 for Paul Dillett. A nice shot here. And I still say Ronnie he's defeating the bigger guy. His muscles are a little bit more muscly. You know what I'm so saying? Side tricep. Not a good display for either dude, either Buckingham. Lower half is pretty darn good for Paul. I elected to show the calves in this because it is a remarkable set of calves. I'm here to tell you on Paul Dillett, kind of overshadowing that upper body. Here is a later version for each guy, and I like the display of Paul's legs here. Very good indeed. 2003, Ronnie King Coleman, he was so pumped up. He was massive. Shredded to the dice, too. And maybe getting an edge, even in his supposed worst shot. Interesting. It's a pretty good shot for a bad shot. Now here's a little extra. Ronnie Coleman and Paul Dillett, both from the same event in 94. And I gotta say, Coleman's conditioning was pretty good even back then. So was Paul's, glutes, things of that nature. Paul's back, almost as big as Coleman's. That's hilarious. Still might give it to Coleman. And of course, you throw on the 98. And Coleman's wheels got a lot bigger. His glutes, you see that? His strongest muscle? Maybe. That's debatable. That is debatable. And here is just for fun. 2003, because obviously 2003, his back got even better. So Paul wouldn't stand a chance, but I don't know. When I'm looking at this, Paul's back itself, arguably even better than Ronnie King Coleman. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Take a joke. Of course, when it comes to a Colemanite or a Dorianite, shouldn't joke around. Now, the Lat Spread we're going to write off, and I've gotten people messaging me, and this is a direct message back to you who sent me this. A couple of people have sent me this picture of Paul Dillett. You see why I don't use this picture? You can't see anything. It's a blurry old screenshot. It sucks. And you cannot even give a whiffle of a clue on his conditioning, Paul Dillett. So that's that. I'm never going to use this picture again. Balloons in the background. Here's an interesting comparison. Both of the dudes from 1996. And Coleman, he was an up-and-comer here. I believe he got 7th, maybe 6th, but I think 7th, more realistically. Somebody got ejected, disqualified, things of that nature. Paul looks pretty good here. And here's the difference. Boom. Look at how much more girth. Girth everywhere Coleman had. Midsection, obviously it's not as good. But overall, the shot, it's more powerful. It's more powerful of a shot. Effective, I would suggest, against a big monster like Paul. So Paul, he may get the abs and thigh. But as we finish this one off, it is obvious that Paul Dillett, as good as he was no Coleman. He was able to defeat Coleman back in, say, 94, in which case I will link you guys to a video comparison that I did between 94, Paul, and Coleman. So that's why I didn't really do any comparisons from that. So you guys watch that one if you want. But this one here, obviously, guys, Paul, he's just not good enough in the back shots, the lower half, not just the condition, but the size of Coleman's legs. Monstrosity. Front, Coleman's very wide. He's not as tall, but he's very wide. So Paul Dillett, I don't know if he's even wider than Coleman, structurally speaking, the clavicle width. But he sure has some big arms, big chest, and all through this matchup defeating Coleman in the midsection. Size and qualities, baby, please. So Paul Dillett, one of the greatest of all time, for sure, from the 1990s, that is. Ronnie Coleman is the greatest of all time. Hit thumbs up on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Have a nice one. Yep, yeah, buddy. Lightweight, yeah, buddy.